pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the commission meeting tonight. I'll call this meeting to order. Those present are Darrell Baker, County Clerk; Kerry Matthews, President; Charles Vance, Commissioner; Phoebe Orles, Commissioner. She is out. We need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular session Lincoln County Commission meeting that was held on November 19th, 2015. I second that. We're all in agreement. Motion carries. Next, we'll go to public comment. I'm going to go ahead and start with Steve Stewart. I know you're here from AEP, and I know you've been wanting to talk to us. So
I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. Came out tonight to talk to you a little bit about a fairly new program we've got called Mobile Alert System. And what it will actually do is, if Mary actually signed up for it this evening when I came in the office, it'll take 2 minutes to do.
Yep.
What we'll do, if you'll go online and register on AppalachianPower.com, it will give us some information, your cell phone number or your email address or both. And if your account if you have an outage that's affecting your account, you'll get an email or a text message from Appalachian Power telling you that your service is off. And then you'll get another one telling you when we anticipate to have the power restored. And then you'll get another one telling you when the power has been restored. So if you're not home, you may be on vacation or somewhere else, you get notified that we know that the power is out. Another thing that is a benefit too is during a pretty good sized storm, if you're notified that we know that you're already out, it takes the burden off you of trying to get through on a call line and reporting your outage. Because sometimes when there's a lot of outages, it takes a while to get through and report that outage. But it's free to our customers, and we're encouraging everybody to do that. One of the benefits to the county and the cities, if you have pump stations located in rural areas, something like that, nobody may be around that service, so you may not know it's off, and we'll notify you and let you know that service is out. So it could be beneficial to you that way too. And Mary knows exactly how to set it up, so if you have any questions, you can see her. If she can't help you, call me.
you do you just individually go in and set it up?
Yeah, on each individual account. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can have multiple. You can have a text message and a email address on each service, so you can get two different people if you want to.
I appreciate it. Thanks for that information.
All right.
Thanks for coming by.
If you have any questions, though, please give me a call, and if anything I can do for you.
Thanks.
Thank you all.
Next, public comment, Josh Brumfield.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have a prepared statement that is directed more toward the folks of Lincoln County than the County Commission, but I thought I would utilize the opportunity of public comment to share. I have prepared this statement to tell you of my decision not to seek a second term of the office of Lincoln County Assessor. It is also my intention to resign this position as Lincoln County Assessor effective January 3rd, 2016. It has been an honor to work for you, and I will always be grateful to you for trusting me and giving me the opportunity to serve. Over 3 years ago, in the fall of 2012, thanks to an overwhelming amount of support from all across Lincoln County, I won an exciting election. I was never more proud of an accomplishment, and it was exciting for me to bring new leadership to my home county. However, shortly after taking office, I faced several very difficult realities. The assessor's office had failed several consecutive audits from the state but had not informed the public of the failure or its consequences. The school board was said to be punished financially because of this negligence, and the state tax department was threatening to take control of the assessor's office if not corrected immediately. My first year in office, 2013, was a very difficult time. I had inherited the responsibility of making the long overdue corrections to the assessor's office. I understood in order to become compliant with the state, this had to be done, even though the overall reaction with taxpayers I knew would not be popular. I understood this would be an unexpected and unwanted tax increase on the people of Lincoln County. I also understood that if this was not done, the school board would take a devastating financial penalty. Most importantly, I understood choosing not to become compliant with the state would guarantee a state takeover from Lincoln County for the Lincoln County Assessor's Office. This would also include the elected assessor being removed and replaced with a state-appointed assessor. For 12 years, our county school system had the unpleasant experience of a state takeover, and this was not an option for me. I am proud to say, with the hard work and dedication from the employees of the Assessor's Office, we have completely and entirely passed the 2014 and 15 state tax audits. We avoided the devastating penalty to be imposed on the school district, and we are no longer in imminent danger of being taken over by the state tax department. This was the first time in many years the office had cleanly passed the state monitoring report. The Assessor's Office is finally in good standing. During my time as assessor, we implemented a state-of-the-art geographical information system, known as GIS, and have continued to upgrade this service. GIS technology allows for the public to view tax maps, surveyed maps, assessed values, flood maps, and tons of other public information, all available at the click of a button. The most impressive feature of this technology, it provides complete transparency to the people of Lincoln County. I would like to thank County Mapper John Salstrom and GIS Coordinator Robert Oldacre for their continuous dedication and commitment to this enormous project. During my time as assessor, we have also increased the number of Lincoln County farmers who receive the farm exemption credit. We have added many seniors and disabled folks to the homestead exemption status, while also removing hundreds of people from the list who did not qualify. We have corrected thousands of tax maps. We have worked hard to provide fair and equitable assessments regardless of person or politics. We have, amidst the controversy and major budget cuts to the Assessor's Office in March, continued the weekly Government Day services in Harts and Allen Creek. The decision to resign the elected position of assessor was not an easy decision. However, for my family and myself, it came to be the right decision. Several months ago, with much consideration, I made the decision not to seek a second term for the office. There were several factors that influenced this decision. Some were political, some personal, but none more so than my decision to do what is best for me and my family. An unexpected opportunity to utilize my administrative degree and pursue that line of work happened sooner than I anticipated. The recent job opportunity I received was not one I could pass up on. Even though I would have preferred to finish my final year in the office, resigning my position at the beginning of the new year does give potential candidates and voters of Lincoln County more time to utilize the democratic process. Overall, I believe this approach is best for Lincoln County. Taxpayers should know that the assessor's job is a very technical and complicated job. It is also a job that carries a great amount of responsibility. The tax money generated from this office funds the entire county school system, law enforcement, community centers, libraries, fire and ambulance services, municipalities, and many other very important services that we depend on each and every day. There is a fine balance that must be made in this job. The assessor is required to satisfy the state by staying in compliance with their expectations, but also satisfy taxpayers of the county by conducting fair and equitable assessments. This is not a job for political theater. To be done correctly, it requires a nonpartisan approach and cooperation from the County Commission. It is important that I mention by name the employers of the Assessor's Office who represent Lincoln County very well. They are an extraordinary and dedicated team of individuals who take great pride in making our Assessor's Office a respectable place to do business. Thank you, Guy Browning, Connie Dobbs, Angel Bays, Stacy Ferguson, Deanna Justice, Sam Ruby, Rosie McAllister, Robert Oldacre, and John Salstrom. I wish this group the very best, as they deserve nothing less. Once again, I would like to thank the citizens of Lincoln County for giving me this opportunity and privilege to serve you, or to serve as your county assessor. I would also like to give a special thanks to my friend, Lincoln County Commissioner K.K. Matthews and Sheriff Ken Farley, and the many other folks for their past support, both personally and professionally. As your assessor, it was my goal from day one to serve you with honesty, integrity, kindness, and most importantly, fairness. It was my intention to leave the office in a better place than I inherited. I feel confident that my staff and I did just that. And I found a quote from FDR that I want to read. It says, "Let us never forget that government is ourselves and not an alien power over us. The ultimate rulers of democracy are not a president, not senators, not congressmen, not government officials, but the voters of this country." Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have John Salstrom.
Well, I've been asked to present a short statement on behalf of the staff of the assessor's office. Let's go ahead and proper procedure is. Before I read the short statement, I feel it necessary, and I think I speak on behalf of the entire staff of the assessor's office, how much we appreciate the support that Josh Brumfield and his leadership has always given us. So, dear members of the Lincoln County Commission, the following staff employees of the office of the Assessor of Lincoln County fully support the appointment of Mr. Guy Browning to replace Mr. Josh Brumfield as Assessor of Lincoln County, and encourage the County Commission to implement this change. We see this as the smoothest possible transition for the office. Mr. Browning has been with the Assessor's office for 26 years and holds the respect of not only fellow staff and countless other county employees, but we're quite sure all of our county administrators and the general public. There exists no other person as knowledgeable, conscientious, and respectable as Mr. Browning that could replace Mr. Brumfield and carry on the many excellent improvements that Mr. Brumfield has initiated in his time as assessor. Thank you.
Thank you, John. John, this will be taken into consideration.
Appreciate that.
Okay, and I appreciate you sending us a letter with the support of the employees. I'd also like to say thank you, Josh, for the job that you've done. Really didn't envy you in the first year, I can tell you that. But you did an excellent job. You and everybody else that works in the assessor's office. You've done a great job. I saw and I talked to Josh about what John and Robbie have done with the GIS system, and you've done an excellent job. Being on the GIS system before, you basically built a database, and after you have, it's remarkable what you've done, and I appreciate all you've done to help make the place better, makes the website better, and it's better for the employees. But that's all I have.
I think I've said this before, of all of us that when we took office after the last election, that the one that had the hardest job to do was Mr. Brumfield. And that was speaking without knowing everything that was wrong at the time, and after he got in there and started doing his job, you could tell we were probably worse shape than we thought we were, or that I was aware of. And I feel that the problems he encountered, he looked at, he worked with you all in trying to develop the best solution for those problems and the implementation of those things that could be done to correct those problems. And I applaud him for that. This was not an easy job for none of you all. And it took not only you all working hard, but it took an excellent leader to help you all do that. And I feel Mr. Brumfield was that leader. That's all I have.
I think in conformity with our policies, whenever an opening comes about, we need to post the position. And at the next county commission meeting, we can decide who will replace Mr. Brumfield.
I think in being consistent with what we've done before, I think that's true, but I think that all of us here know who's best qualified for that job. And I think that we do need to go through that process, because that is the process we have decided as far as how we make these changes. But I agree with the employees of the assessor's office as far as their feelings and thoughts and knowledge of what needs to be done and who's best able to do it. I think it's fairly obvious, but I do think to be consistent with what we've done before, we can advertise for that. I think that your all's opinions matter a lot to me, and I think that it's important that to continue to have continuity in your office and the things you're doing. You need someone that's really knowledgeable about what's been done, and I think your all's recommendation will carry a lot of weight.
We will tonight. Next on the list, we have David Wood.
Just real quick, I developed a form I would like to use out here for litter violations, notice of violations. And I just want to get your thoughts on this. I got this when we had our litter control conference last month from other counties. I gathered information and then consolidated into one form that I could use here. And I've talked to the managers about this, and I can use this as part of a criminal complaint, an attachment to it. This is strictly in-house form. What I've been using is the sheriff's warning ticket. Look, and that's fine, but 90% of that's moving violations and all that stuff. So this is strictly litter violations and stuff, and this will help me. If y'all don't have a problem, I'm gonna use it.
I don't have a problem at all.
No, I don't
Appreciate what
either.
you've done.
I think we probably ought to go ahead and let the prosecutor have a copy of it. In case there would be some legal questions. I don't think they would, since it's been used in other counties and things of that nature, but I always feel more comfortable if it's, if he looks at it and things of that nature, but I don't have it.
All right.
Appreciate your work,
Thanks,
David.
guys.
We have nothing for discussion, unfinished business, we have new business. We've read the new business, and, there's a motion to approve the business. I'll second that. We're both in favor. Motion carries. Open discussion. Got anything?
The only thing I wanted to mention, that do you have your job, before in the last meeting, we talked about a job description or duty description for Mary. And I think she's developed a draft of those things, And as I told her when we were talking about this, is these duties can be expected to change based upon what the needs of the commission and the county would be. But I think at least gives us an idea. And I think also that we haven't done it before, but I think we also maybe want to think about having and even talking with the elected officials as far as having some type of a performance evaluation done on all, at least our employees. And ask the others if they would do that and document those things for us so that, and I know it's the incremental pay that we give them and things like that's one thing that they look forward to. I think if we can look at doing these type of evaluations, it may allow us to set up a system where we can have periodic raises that are raises and not just incremental pay. But I think that the first step in doing that would be to be able to get an idea of what job each of you are doing and how the elected official feels that each of you all perform in your office. And that way we can use that as more of an idea as far as monies available to the offices for personnel and because I really think that it's hard enough to do a good job in a bad situation, and especially if you don't know what your future holds for you. But if you have some ideas which direction you're going and may be able to go to, I think it gives you a little bit more security as far as knowing what kind of job you're working at. That's all.
That being said, I move that we adjourn.
I'll second that. Our next meeting is it December 17th at 10 o'clock before the Christmas dinner, is that correct?
Well, it's December 17th, if you want the morning or the afternoon.
Well, it doesn't matter, I just thought we'd do it before the Christmas dinner, if that's all right, I can help you.
That doesn't bother me.
Okay,
Okay.
well, I'll second you.
All right, we're adjourned.
Thank you.
Second.